Hey, thanks everybody for joining us today. Live Music Nation Podcast Festival Edition. I'm your host, Jake Gill. Today we are with Kelly Paladino. She is from the Lewis and Clark Foundation. They have a number of events throughout the year. Kelly, thanks for joining us.
It's my pleasure.
Kelly, give us a little background on you.
Well, let me see. I started out with our neighbors to the north. I'm actually Canadian. I know, shock and awe.
Right.
And while I was there, I obtained two national certifications in special events coordination and special events management, and that's sort of where my journey began. I've been involved with that pretty much my entire career.
Very cool. Very cool. Just as a side note, I'm related to one of them, either Meriwether Lewis or William Clark. I can't remember which one, but I did a book report when I was a tiny kid, and I remember doing that. So, anyways, that's kind of fun. Tell us, Kelly, about your annual event.
Well, our big one is really the big one we do for the year is our 18th annual Trail Mixer online auction. And we utilize this as a funding source for the Lewis and Clark Interpretive Center. Since they're, of course, a federal entity, they can't run around and do fundraisers on their own. So that is sort of what the Lewis and Clark Foundation does, is we support the center with their educational interpretive programs, staffing, pretty much whatever they need. We're here to give them a hand. So the auction itself is going live on April the 19th and will run through the 22nd. There's stuff for everyone, absolutely everyone. You name it, we got it. And of course, registration is free. You can go on, and of course, money raised through this goes to help the Lewis and Clark Interpretive Center. But we're also focusing some of our efforts this year on starting a permanent scholarship fund.
Okay.
Because as some of you know, it's quite expensive to do field trips when you're out there in the outlying areas. You have to worry about transportation and lunches and substitute teachers. And what this scholarship fund will do is we will be able to support them with that.
Right.
So they don't have to worry about that financial obligation. They can just come, take part in all of the educational opportunities that the center provides, have a good time, and learn about Lewis and Clark.
Okay. All right. Very good. So your big event is online. What type of in-person events do you do throughout the year?
Well, this year we've got a really big one going. It's the other event that we do. It's our Lewis and Clark Festival, which is being held June 30th, July 1st, and July 2nd of this year. But what makes this one extra special is it's actually the 25th anniversary of the Lewis and Clark Interpretive Center. It's hard to believe that it's been around for 25 years, but it has. So Friday night, we've got all sorts of speakers. The Montana's Troubadour, Jack Gladstone, will be popping in to do a free concert for us that night. Then on Saturday from 10 to 5, we have a day chock-a-block full of just about everything you can imagine. We have fancy dancers, we have demonstrations, we have speakers, we have different activities for the kids. We've got art, we've got food trucks, you name it, it's going to be here. It's going to be a great day. Of course, everything is free. Just come on out, enjoy the big celebration that we've got going on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we're going to round out that weekend with some really good speakers, some on-hand displays. So it's going to be just a lot of fun, and it's a really great way to celebrate the Lewis and Clark Interpretive Center and, of course, the festival itself.
Man, that sounds great. That's great. How long's that been going on?
I think this will be our 33rd, actually.
Sure.
Yeah, I know, it's fabulous.
How long have you been involved with it, Kelly?
2 years now. It
Okay.
seems like forever, but that's okay. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Right, right. And did you attend before in those years?
I did actually once a really long time ago, and I thought it was really cool. I actually brought some family down, and it just happened to coincide with the event. And from that experience, I got to learn so much more. So, details and little things. And the one thing that I really enjoyed was listening to the interpreters. The Portage Route chapter is an amazing group of people who come out and portray the different characters. They talk about clothes and medicine and food and hunting and survival. So it was really cool just to sit and listen to them and listen to their stories and how things were done. And it gives you a bit of insight on how they did survive as well as they did. I think they were a little bit more prepared than we maybe thought.
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely.
I don't think anybody could do it now. I don't know about you, but I don't know who could do that trail now.
Yep, yep. Okay, so let's talk about the importance of that festival. What is the importance to your community and to those who attend?
Well, I think the first and most important thing is it brings our community together. We all get to come together, we get to be together, we get to learn and spend time together. That's really important. Then, second to that, of course, is the education, and in a fun, entertaining, and engaging way. Because I don't know about you, but in school, when history came to history class, it was like Snorville, right? Um, but when you come to the festival, you have an opportunity to learn about some incredible information. You learn about the history and what it means not only to the expedition, but to our community and to the state as a whole. And it's a fun way to do it. You get hands-on, you get to talk to people who are portraying characters, you get to learn more than you would perhaps sitting in a schoolroom and reading out of a textbook. And so that's really important. It also lets the community know what the center does and the important role that they play in the community. Not only do they provide an amazing educational opportunity, but we are one of the number one tourism attractions, in the state. And we support an entire group all along the trail, and we're all tied together and we all work together. And as well, it has an economic impact to our community, because visitors come from all over the world to visit the center, literally all over the world to visit the center. So that has an economic impact on our community because they're eating at restaurants, they're staying in hotels, they're doing all of those things. So the center is a pretty big deal in Great Falls.
That's perfect. That's a great way to describe it for your community. Kelly, what are some of the things for the future that you see with your foundation?
Well, we continue to grow. We have amazing partnerships. We're always looking to do more, be more, and really get our community involved in what we're doing. We do that through the festival. We do that through the auction. We're already so blessed with the amount of support that we get for the auction. We can't thank everyone enough. But we want to ensure that we keep bringing people to the center. The scholarship fund is really going to play an important role in that by us allowing to bring students and schools that may not have been able to come here before, giving them that opportunity to be here and to experience everything. Even outreach programming would be available to them as well. So that's the big thing, is us just doing more, being more, and bringing as many people as we possibly can to the center so that everyone has the opportunity to learn about Lewis and Clark.
Fantastic. Kelly, this is a segment of the show. You get to ask me any question that you want. What would you ask me?
How did you get involved in doing this? What inspired you to do this?
So two things. A guy by the name of Gary Vaynerchuk. He is an entrepreneur that I follow. I listen to his podcast. In the middle of COVID, we experienced just craziness like everybody else, but we saw two things happen. I'm a full-time touring artist, and we saw venues that were thriving, and we saw venues that were dying. And so I said, okay, let's get everybody together on the same page. Let's take the ingenuity that we were seeing from the creators that were thriving and share them with those who were just downtrodden and beaten and really ready to close their doors because they couldn't think of anything. And, from that, we saw to-go liquor being as an option. We saw outside concerts. We saw drive-in concerts and theaters. Just a lot of things that were outside of the box thinking. And so that kept me going. We all, as artists, we all did live streams, and we're all sick of live streams now because we're back in live audiences. But what's better than a good festival? And for us, when we tour, we love to meet new people. People love to get together and socialize, and it's healthy mentally, physically, and emotionally, spiritually. It's all there. And so it's just vital. So now that people are able to travel, they're looking for new adventures. And we wanted to share those adventures with people across the nation and really North America in general as it goes through there. So that's where we're at.
Well, it's a great opportunity because you're right. We all need to get back out there. We all need to be together because, as you say, it is truly healthy for every aspect of our lives. And it's nice to see people back out on the road, doing the concerts, doing the venues, doing the festivals, doing the museums, all of that kind of stuff. I think it's just good all around for everybody.
It is. Kelly, how do people find out more about the Lewis and Clark Foundation?
You can go to www.lewisandclarkfoundation.org. Everything's on there. Our link for our auction is now up, so you can start perusing all the goodies up for grabs. If you have any questions, any concerns, there's an opportunity on the website to ask. We'd be more than happy to help you out.
That'd be great. Thanks for joining us today. I appreciate it, Kelly.
Thanks so much. Take care.
Well, baby, I'm on it with a bottle of